Hello and welcome to this new edition of Simple, Smart and Sexy. You may have heard on the news how poorly Groupon is doing. And also, you probably have heard about Greg Smith, that super well top executive of Goldman Sachs, resigning to his very well paid position with a public letter in the New York Times. Now you may be wondering, what do these two stories have in common? And to me, the one thing that have in common is that both companies, Groupon and Goldman Sachs, are failing to focus on the client, and they're focusing on pricing and on short-term revenue, as many other companies are doing. Now, that could be a very difficult strategy to have in place, because when you don't focus on the client, you may run out of business. Now, Greg Smith's resignation letter should be and must be a wake-up call to all those companies that think that their employees are just bought in. Maybe, in fact, 99% of them are, but it just takes one employee that it doesn't agree with these policies to publish a letter in the New York Times and to generate a crisis, probably a worldwide crisis. So in case you're one of those executives that think that revenue, short-term revenue at whatever cost is the strategy to follow, you may want to consider these facts. Companies organized by customers or markets are likely to report a higher sales growth rate than their peers are organized by products. On the other hand, 51% of companies that successfully launched a disruptive innovation, they say that the source of the idea that generated that innovation was really the customer, or it was an outside source. So I think those are two very good reasons, beyond having loyal clients and the amount of resources that it takes to get a new client in versus servicing the clients that you already have, to have a really customer-centric organization and strategy, and not based on pricing and on short-term revenue as most companies are doing. So Greg Smith finishes his letter from Goldman Sachs saying that the client should be your focal point again, because if you have no clients, you have no business. And my always recommendation is under-promise, over-perform, and always think about the client. My question to you is whether these companies like Groupon, which are based on pricing strategies, are they going to succeed? Are they going to survive? So my post today, it's about how they should re-strategize to get along the way. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please remember, be simple, be smart, be sexy, and have a super week.